Okay, so here's the answer to the question that goes through most people's minds when they listen or watch these videos. But what? But a daughter who would do and say these things and the tone in her voice? Let me remind you of something. This is my video recovery journal. That means I'm being completely authentic here. That means this is the only place that I can do that because I don't have $200. And the reason I don't have the $200 because I worked long and hard, as did other people who put their energy into this. When they heard my very real story, starting back in 1975. This is a real story. 1975, that's when I joined Alcoholics Anonymous, where you told the truth at meetings. There weren't topics like child abuse. And there wasn't even a thing called addiction. Not really. We made that up, that name. Addiction. Okay, let's call it addiction. Not a disease back then in 1975. These were rooms where we sat and told the truth because we were authentically really trying to recover spiritually from the very, very wrong things we had perceived had been done to us, and we were going to take complete responsibility for them because those were the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. But there was a problem in writing this inventory. There really was. That was this. There was something in there that said that there was a spiritual axiom that anytime we were disturbed, there was something wrong with us. But I kept thinking about children. I kept thinking about children because I worked with children. I loved children. And I kept thinking, no, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing that they're doing wrong. Even when I began to study from all aspects, from every aspect that I could find in any printed word, in any film about reincarnation and about karma, there was something different. There was not just the mathematical equation of karma. Not anymore. No, there wasn't. That's what Jesus brought through. There was compassion. There was love that transcended those things. So children were not to blame. Not fucking ever. Not ever. Not ever. And I worked with them. And I saw the ones who were being abused. And there was nothing to really help them. Why would a daughter do this to a mother? Hey, maybe this is an adult child, somebody who somehow got through the system without being incarcerated and without being classified as mentally ill. Why? Because she isn't. That's me. See? Somebody who had a talent and an ability that carried her through. By the way, I'm talking about me, and it's called my voice. It's called singing. And I'm not being narcissistic here for those of you who don't know the correct meaning of the term narcissistic and think that it's somebody blowing their own horn. I'm not being that way. Ask the people who listened to me. Ask the people at SUNY Purchase, whose degree program I finished because I worked my ass off, you stupid assholes. The children are never to blame. And why is it that the adults who sit around at cocktail parties saying and espousing that they, of course, know this, when it comes to brass tacks, they don't act like that. They act like their children are to blame. Here's what my mother asked me after she admitted to me, privately and in the presence of three different qualified therapists. Like I said, got my own therapy when I had good health insurance. What was it she said to me after she admitted these things and cried and said she was sorry? She said to me, "How long do I have to pay for this?" And I said, "I don't know. Now that I have found out that you're doing these deceptive, destructive things to thwart my ability to make a living after I've gone to school and worked while I did it on my own, not asking you for a fucking cent. How long? You do the math. Why don't you do the math? You've known 3 years. I've had to live with it for my whole life. How long do you have to pay for it? You do the math, Mom. That's what I said to her down on Long Beach Island, New Jersey. You don't like the edge in my voice? Hey, you do the fucking math. Wait till you hear the story of what she did to me. And I'm not talking about a long time ago. I'm talking about within the last couple of years, which is why I'm outing her the way that I am. This is Regular Girl in Yonkers, New York for the Orange Jumpsuit Show on blogtalkradio.com because we've got the wrong people in the orange jumpsuits.